to be like, to just have a moment of like random, like, yeah. It's like, oh, how's it going, everyone? Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend, we don't even know what it's going to be yet because it's Friday. Let me just be honest with you guys. I'm pre-taping this because Monday I am going to be traveling to Las Vegas. I usually say Vegas, and people do not care for that. But I do believe that is the way it should be pronounced, and I think I'm right. But every time I say Las Vegas, I have to picture Vaygus, because I guess 2 years ago we were going to Las Vegas, and I kept saying Vegas. And people go, "You say that weird," and I'm like, Vegas, Vegas. No, it's Vegas. Who said that? Who said that? And isn't it Spanish? And how is that pronounced in Spanish? That is the right way, probably. I don't. Noah, did you take Spanish? Do you know how to pronounce Spanish words?
I did take Spanish for a while. I'm not sure. I usually say Vegas, but I love when you say Vegas and bagel. I don't know how you
bagel.
Like how you say bagel.
Wait a second. Bagel. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a bagel.
I love the way you say bagel.
Wait a second. Lost bagel. That is so funny. I do say bagel weird. Oh my God. It's bagel.
That's me as a New Yorker. That's how I say
Baygul. Bagel. That's really funny. I love mispronunciations. Did you ever take that quiz that I was obsessed with? Did we ever do that on You Up? You guys, if you want to show yourself a really good time, there's a quiz. All you Google, honestly, because every time I don't ever remember how to actually find it. You just Google. What is going on right with my phone? You Google quiz regional dialect. Let me see if that pulls it up. Yeah, and it's called How Y'all Use and You Guys Talk, the New York Times. It's from 2013, and you just take this quiz. It's so wild. It's such a fun game at parties, or like when you're with a group of people and you're like bored. Pull this up. It's called How Y'all Use and You Guys Talk, and there's 25 questions, and they just ask questions like, how would you address a group of 2 or more people? You all, yous, you lot, you guys, yuns, yins, you, other, or y'all. And then you go through and you answer 25 questions that are just like those kinds of questions. Like, what would you call there's one that's so funny. It goes, what do you call a rainstorm, or like when it's raining and the sun is shining? And it's like a sun shower. We don't have a word for this. The devil beats his wife.
Yeah.
Donkey's Tuesday Deluxe. It's just like, who would ever
a wolf
say
is giving birth.
A wolf is giving birth. Yes. It's so weird. Did you have a name for that?
No, I don't. I think I would be the one. I have no term for it.
Yeah. We called it Patricia Takes Her Cat to the Market. I don't know. It's like, what is this? But the weirdest thing is, you guys, and I'm no joke, every time I've run this test, maybe once it didn't work because someone had moved around a lot because they were like a military kid or a gypsy, and it will show you a map of, at the end of the 25 questions, it'll generate and go beep beep boop bop beep beep boop, and then at the end of it, it'll show you a map, like a heat map, where it's like red is where it thinks you're from. And it will be down to the county where you are from in the United States. It's wild. It's so cool. And it freaks people out. People go, no way. And it'll be like, yeah, you're from a southern, suburb of Baltimore. And it's like, what? There's a great Baltimore dialect or like accent thing that's making the rounds on TikTok. I saw it on Reddit, but it says, it makes these guys, it says, if you're from Baltimore and have a Baltimore accent, read this sentence. And what the sentence says is, Aaron, Aaron, earns, Earns, iron, earns, URNS. Like Aaron earns, iron earns. And if you're from Baltimore, you go, earns. And these guys go, there's this guy doing it, he's like, earns, earns. Aaron earns, earns. And then he goes, guys, what the hell? What, is this the way we talk? Because he's hearing it for the first time. I'm going like, I'm just saying the same thing over and over. That's why I love that one. Have you ever heard the one of buffalo, 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 buffalo? Like that's a sentence. because buffalo is an adjective. Let me find it. It's so interesting. I love this shit. Buffalo, because buffalo is an adjective of adverb and a noun of, I don't think it's an adverb, but it's, oh yeah, here it goes. Buffalo, so buffalo, 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 buffalo. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 buffaloes in a row is a grammatically correct sentence in English, often presented as an example of how homonyms and homophones, hey, this sentence is anti-gay, can be used to create complicated linguistic constructs through, okay, so anyway, buffalo is a pronoun. So buffalo, so as a pronoun, or it's a proper noun, Buffalo, New York. And then as a verb, meaning to bully, harass, or intimidate. So buffalo. So the buffaloes from Buffalo bully Buffalo, okay? And buffalo, and then they bully other buffaloes from Buffalo. And it's like, but anyway, it's saying buffalo 8 times in a row is a real sentence in English that checks out. And that's just interesting to me. I love like word play, stuff like this. It was interesting today. We were trying to come up with a top 1, bottom 1 segment. And Noah said, you are not good with lyrics. Because I said, maybe lyrics. And you go, I just don't, can we just like not do lyrics? Because I just don't know lyrics.
I don't know any.
And I was just, wait, why? Is it because every song you listen to is like, rah, 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 devil spawn?
I can't believe how good you are at that, by the way. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I guess I never paid attention to lyrics. That's not what pulled me into like a song. For me, it was just about the music. So I was never like a lyric head.
I could not be.
I know.
Like, I mean, I do love melody and like instrumentation, but I think I couldn't be more opposite of you in that respect. Like, there's no lyrics that you go like, oh my God, like this lyric just like nails it. Like, do songs like elicit feelings for you just based on their like the sound that comes out of these men's throats?
Well, I recently started listening to like pop music, and I really like listening to Rihanna, like her lyrics. I really like. So.
She's very horny.
Yeah.
Come on. S N M M. Yeah, I love her lyrics too. She's super wet when she records. Do you know she hasn't put out an album for like 8 years or something?
She recently became one of the richest women. She's in like billionaire status. She's very successful.
Like you reach that when you put out a makeup line. That's like what every time a girl does a makeup line, it's like billionaire. It's like that's what would Kylie be like make money from otherwise? Kardashians pay like $1,500 an episode probably.
Yeah,
it's got to be this makeup. I got to start a makeup line.
She has a lingerie line called Fenty.
Oh, that's her makeup line too.
Yeah, and her lingerie. She has like
Does
really nice
anyone need
lingerie.
more makeup or lingerie? It's like it's all none of this. If I was to make a product and like put my name on it, it would have to be something that like doesn't exist anymore. It's like a new technology or like a new, like I came up with, there's some idea I had that I was like, okay, that actually is a thing like I want because it doesn't exist yet. Every color of eyeshadow has existed. Every pigmentation, every shimmer, every kind of, oh no, this primer goes on smoother. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. They're all the same. Stop it. And they're not all the same, but I honestly, girls, you don't have to spend $200 at Sephora like old glazed dog over here. I just haven't been to a Walgreens in a really long time. There are times when my whole makeup bag is Walgreens stuff, like, drugstore makeup, and it works just as well as when I go to Ulta or Sephora or, MAC. Is there any makeup product, Noah, that you are like, or any kind of like product in your life, girl product? I mean, I don't want to say girl, but, is there any product that you have used forever that's like your kind of the serum, that I use that I'm so like obsessed with? And if it got discontinued, I just don't know what I'd do.
I do have that, and I've been using it since I found it in my mom's makeup bag when I was a kid. It's
cocaine.
We're not supposed to talk about that. It's the NARS like highlighter stick, and the color is Copacabana, I think. It's just like this like very
Whoa.
light pink bar, and I love it so
Put it
much.
on your cheeks?
I put it like under my eyes, and then I do like a line on my nose to try to like look it to make it look reduced, you know?
Oh, right. Oh my God. Okay, NARS highlighter stick, Copacabana.
Yeah, that's mine.
I love that. And that's so cute. You got it from your mom. Like, who knew? I didn't even know NARS was around back then. That's so cool. I love that. Did you used to get in? I loved my grandma's makeup and the smell of the bag and the smell of the powders. And like, I loved that stuff because it like just smelled so good. I don't know if I was a kid that was like, I can't wait to wear makeup. When did you start wearing makeup?
It started with eyeliner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think like 16 or 17, and I can't live without it.
Eyeliner was my last thing that I ever did.
What was your first?
I think it was like blush because it's like that's what you like. Who needs blush in 8th grade? I remember it was 8th grade, but it was like I remember I found one of my friend's notes. Kirsten, if you're listening, I've never let this go, and I need to do some work on it. Probably it's leading to me acting out even today. It's why sometimes I want to kick my Roomba because I found a note from one of my friends. I think it was Hala wrote to Kirsten or Kirsten wrote to Hala, and they were making fun of me wearing makeup and being like, Nikki's wearing makeup now and she looks ridiculous. And I was just like, I don't know. I was just trying like a new thing. I remember one time we were all putting on makeup and Hala never wore makeup. And her last name's Holly. That's why we called her Hala because we got lazy. And then it eventually turned into hair. So now we just go like, hair called me yesterday. And her name's Laura. Laura Holly turned into Laura Hala, turned into Hurley, turned into her. And so one time Hala, if you're listening, bitch, fucking wrote about me in 8th grade. I think I never called them out on it because I was so embarrassed. But she one time put, you know how sometimes concealer can come in like a lipstick almost like thing? I bet your NARS thing is like a stick almost, right? Mm-hmm. She thought it was lipstick and she put concealer on her lips. Like, we were all like, she was like, this is a color? What? This is ridiculous. And we're like, Hala, that's concealer. It's always fun to interview men about what they think different things are. There's a lot of TikToks of that, of like, what is this product? And there's like dumb boyfriends being like, I don't know, put that on your toes. And it's just like, no, it's a brow gel. And it's just like, I don't know, is that a nipple cream? It's like, no, that's, I don't know, something else, a thing I can't think of. But it's like, I want to start getting into TikTok, by the way. I got to do it. And my a bestie sent me Taylor Swift's latest TikTok. Taylor Swift has joined TikTok, and she did this one where she showed a interview from Regis and Kelly or something. She was talking about getting a second cat because she had one, and she was like, I'm worried about getting a second cat because like when you have cats, does that make you like a cat lady? Like, does cats equal cat lady? And she was talking to a friend, and my friend said, no, 3 cats is a cat lady. 2 cats is a party. And then it cuts to and it's like her in 2021, and it's her holding one cat, and she walks across and she's just kind of like whatever. And then then you see her walk into frame again, she's got 2 cats, and it's like and it's like a party. Speaking of party, you're getting a cat. You're getting half a party.
I am.
Your friend found a cat, was approached by a cat.
This cat, seems to have found my friend in a hotel parking lot. And it's a kitten. It was so friendly. And she said, okay, this cat is so sweet. I'm going to just let it be. And if I come back at the end of my workday to the hotel and he's there, I'll take him. So she ended up leaving. And when she was gassing up her car, she's like, okay, I need to go back and find it. She like went and looked all over for it. And he came out of these bushes, and she took him
I love that
home.
It was like, if he comes out naturally, I'll get him. And then she went digging for him.
Yeah, she's saved like so many animals from the side of the road. She's like this magical person.
Oh, so animals just kind of like find this woman.
Yeah.
And then she
has 3
like,
dogs.
goes on a search for them.
Yeah. Well, right, I think she's an angel. She's so good.
That's so nice. So you said she told you about it, and you were like, hey, we need a cat. Let's do it. And so you're going to fly to New York and get this cat and then fly back?
Yeah, like I'll check off seeing some family members too to make the most of it. But it's just like a cat that likes to be held like a baby, and he purrs, and He's so sweet, and
Do
she's
most
allergic.
cats not? I don't know a lot about cats. Do most cats not like to be held like a baby?
Some of them are aloof. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
in their personality. So this one's very special because he is so friendly, and I can't resist.
Have you ever owned a cat?
Never. So if anyone
Whoa,
has tips,
wait. Have you ever been a cat woman
I've
for Halloween?
I call myself a crazy cat lady on Instagram because I follow a ton of cat accounts.
Oh, so you love cats on Instagram. You're already like in it. See, I'm not someone who watches cat videos, and I want to be because Taylor Swift is, and I'm just not. But I think you sent me a video of your cat, and it's so cute. And you already, like, I wonder if I could become a cat person or if you're like born one.
I was watching Beth Stern's cat videos.
Oh yeah.
She posts great ones, and
Howard
I think
Stern's wife, yeah.
right. And from that, I just was like, okay, I need all these kittens and old cats.
What are you gonna name it?
We don't know yet.
Is Avi into cats?
Yeah, he loves all animals.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. Congrats on getting a cat. Isn't it crazy that you are going, like, in 18 years, you're going to have this animal. If all goes well, you're going to have this animal and your life is going to be so different. You could have let's just say, like, you could have a kid in high school and this cat will still be around all because your friend was at a hotel one day.
I'm fine with it.
That's so crazy how the world works like that. And, like, you're committing to something, though, that is going to be around for a while. I mean, it's unfortunate that they don't live forever or as long as humans. Like, that's one of the saddest things, but that's quite a commitment. I mean, the other day I was at Whole Foods and I was picking up toilet paper and I was like, do I get the 12 pack or the 4? And I go, I'm going to get the 4. And it's like, why? You can carry the 12. This isn't about a bulk issue. You have the money for the 12. And I just am like, what? Are you not going to live long enough to wipe your ass that much? Like, of course I'm going to need 12 rolls. Does it have to do with the fact that maybe I think Andrew needs to get a pack sometimes? And maybe? No, I don't know what it was. Like, sometimes Q-tips, like 500 Q-tips. I'm like, that's a commitment. What if I die? Someone's going to have to get rid of those Q-tips and then they go to waste because no one wants to, like, get Q-tips from Goodwill. My mom probably would. Let's get Andrew in here. Is he available? He is in Connecticut, which is how I say it when I spell it because that's how you spell it. I always forget there's that extra T. Let's get Andrew in here.
What's going on? This is Ridiculous History. Who are we? Well, I'm Ben.
I'm Noel, and this episode is brought to you by Fruit of the Loom. We love Fruit of the Loom. We've officially become friends with the entire brand, the entire staff of Fruit of the Loom, and we love them so much that we did an entire episode about the history of underwear in partnership with them.
And we loved this episode so much that we found some best of moments from the brief history of underwear.
That was all you, Ben. Great wordplay there. Let's hear them. And then the ancient Romans, or the least sexy name for an undergarment you're going to get in this whole show. I almost have a hard time pronouncing it, or at least I had to do a double take when I first read the word. I believe, Ben, it is subligaculum.
Yes.
Who came up with that?
Subligaculum. A Roman with a love of tongue twisters.
I suppose so. And it's sort of an advanced loincloth, right?
Yeah. You got a little more upper thigh coverage. It's kind of, think of them like short shorts. Now, folks, we know what you're thinking. That was pretty cool. Where do I hear more? I want more than just the moments. I want all of the moments.
You can have it all. It's true. All you got to do is go to the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or anywhere on the internet where podcasts are found and look up Ridiculous History, the brief history of underwear. I think you're going to love it.
Hi, it's Bethany Frankel, and on my podcast, Just Be with Bethany Frankel, I talk to people who have had non-traditional routes to get where they are. Each episode, you'll hear from disruptors like Kelly Ripa.
Nobody handed me anything, and I fought really hard for everything I had.
Sammy Hagar.
I didn't realize I was really building a brand. No one told me that you're building a brand.
And so many more. Brought to you by St. Lucia. It is time for St. Lucia for a vacation. Yay! St. Lucia's COVID-certified hotels, resorts, and villas are offering incredible savings right now. Sail along 100 miles of coastline, savor local cuisine, soak in the famed mud baths at the Sulphur Springs, zip line through the rainforest, scuba dive, and more. Safety is a priority, and St. Lucia has COVID protocols in place so you can travel with confidence. St. Lucia. Let her inspire you. Visit stlucia.org.
Okay, audience, do you love trivia? Do you love the hit podcast Stuff You Should Know? Then you'll love the new Trivial Pursuit game, Stuff You Should Know Edition. With 600 questions from the hugely popular Stuff You Should Know podcast, this game is packed with weird and unbelievable trivia inspired by topics on the show. You'll be challenged by brain-busting questions in 6 fascinating categories, including myths, legends, and conspiracies. And SYSK selects a mix of topics handpicked by podcast hosts Josh and Chuck. It's perfect for 3 to 6 players and adults from ages 16 to 116. If you love the Stuff You Should Know podcast, or you're just curious about the world, grab your copy of the Trivial Pursuit game Stuff You Should Know Edition today, wherever you get your favorite board games.
4 from the South is a new podcast where each week you will get 4 stories from big Latin America. I'm Steve Healy. I live here in Los Angeles.
And I'm Fabricio Copano, and I'm a comedian from Chile.
Guess what, America? You are part of Latin America now. Might as well learn about it.
Every week, we will have 4 stories. These are some of the crazy stories we'll be talking about. Cuban protests are continuing. This is what happened when your charismatic dictator dies.
Or some Colombians who apparently were involved in the assassination of the president of Haiti. What's that about?
And the celebrations in Argentina. Messi finally won something that is not money, so people destroy a McDonald's.
And the ongoing chaos at the US border. Our wall is not working. You will hear all about it on this podcast, 4 from the South, that will introduce you to our neighbors to the south. Listen to 4 from the South as part of the My Cultura podcast network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.
Hey, Andrew.
What's up?
What's up? How's it going in Connecticut?
Connecticut's good. A lot of kids. How
many?
I feel like they have kids now. There could be 30, 40 of them running around. It feels like that. It's 3 of them. A lot of knocks on the door while your boy's trying to,
lay it down. They knocked on the door while you were trying to have sex?
No, but you could feel it. I'm anticipating it. So, I got one hand on the door, one hand on that ass. You know what I mean?
That was a question I had for you yesterday. Like, you guys hadn't seen each other for a little bit. Did you want to bang like right away, but you had to like meet the kids?
We did.
You did bang right away?
Yeah.
In the car?
No, that would have been badass. We had a Uber driver. No, we didn't bang in the car, but when we got to the house,
Did you just pretend like you had to go take a shit or something?
Yeah, we both took shits for
but how did you avoid like not hanging out right when you got there?
I'm trying to think. So I think we got here, we said hello, then we went in the back saying, oh, we got to change for the pool or something. And
okay.
We had a really quick sesh, and then there was a knock at the door, and then we started hearing Hubert, the dog.
Oh, the dog.
Drink out of the bowl in the laundry room, and
you sure that was Hubert?
It could have been me. We
She
both
might have been sloshy.
That's all I heard. And I was like, okay, only 2 of us can do that. And so whatever. So we both stopped slobbering, and we went back out there, me and Hubert and Brenna. It was great. It was a good hang. Kids, when you're not around kids and then you eat dinner with kids, I mean, they're very loud, and they don't give a fuck about anything, and it's awesome. But it's also...
I just don't... the other night when you were saying, like, I think you were just kind of, like, open to having kids or something. We were talking about kids, and you were like, I don't know. Like, I go, you're not going to be able to play golf 4 hours a day. I know that. And you were like, but you can bring the kid, like, once they get old enough, they can golf with you. And I'm like, yeah, but they're going to require your attention. You can't just, like, focus on your swing. You're going to have to, like, look at the thing they're showing you on their iPad. Even if they're old enough to be on an iPad, let's say. Like, you're going to have to talk to them and, like, be present. And, I don't think you understand. I'm glad you get to see this. Like, even my sister the other night at the baseball game was saying, like, because I go, it's going to be hard. No one says that parenthood is easy. Like, it's going to be harder than you think it's going to be. Is it harder than you thought it was going to be, even knowing that it was going to be? And she was like, yes, it's more work. Like, we talked about this so much in Tulum, Noah, about, like, why would you do that to your life, and and it's I understand once you have the kids, like you're not going to get rid of them because you're like, no, these are amazing. But why would you want to create something that you might not even like? You don't even know what kind of love that is yet. Like you love your dog and you love your cats and stuff, so you understand that kind of love. But like,
it is funny
what is it about like wanting kids so bad that people would invite that chaos into their lives where they'll never, for probably 8 years, never have a dinner where it isn't like chaos. Well, let's just say 5 years, and then if you keep having kids, it's not going to be for another until those kids are 5 or 6 and can like sit at a dinner table and not scream and go, I don't want it, and push it away and like run around and squirm in their chair. Like when I go to eat with my brother-in-law and sister, there's no conversation that gets had. Nothing, everything stays on the tarmac. There's no subject that catches flight and becomes an actual conversation.
It's just constantly wrangling them in, like, eat your broccoli, eat your chicken. Come on, you got to eat this. Do you want dessert? Do you want dessert? Do you want to eat this? Eat this. Oh, you don't want to eat this? How about eat this? Eat this. Eat this. Dinner's over.
Yep. There's no like, oh, what did you do today at work? And oh, what's going on with that thing that there's no room for any conversation to happen. And
Maybe
I
that's
think
a
you
good
just
thing.
go through 5 years of never having an actual conversation, and feel so bad for single mothers or single fathers stuck at home and they don't have a lot of like adult interaction. All of their interactions are like, eat this. Do you want that? Take nap. Like and just begging your child to want to nap as much as you do. I just don't understand why people want to do it.
I mean, I just think it's. I don't know. You just got to
tell me what you think it is, really. I
think you have to keep the family going. I think that's a responsibility to not have your lineage
keep the family going. What is wrong with people like this? That is such a selfish need to be like, I want my lineage to go on. I mean, I know we're all humans and we want to make more of us.
I would think that it's the opposite of selfish. I think it's selfless to put yourself through that to make sure that your family keeps going. I don't know. I think that's what people like. I think that's why people moved here from Russia and risked starvation and got away from their motherland to start a family and to grow a family and to keep that. I mean, there's so much history behind where you're sitting right now. If everyone goes, hey, I'm going to be selfish, you never would have been sitting there.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that I wasn't here. Like,
I'm just saying.
There would be someone else here. You know what I mean? Like, the fact, but this is all the argument I have for why people don't adopt. And they're like, we need to have our own. And they go through these treatments because they need to have their own. And I understand wanting to be pregnant, and some women really like want that. But like, and I understand adoption is expensive, but it's this need. I want the thing to look like me and to remind me of my dad and look and have the same genetic code.
Penis,
and it's just like, it's so egotistical. And and this is coming from a person who's just, I just had people write dozens of essays about how I'm egotistical and narcissist. So I don't understand why I don't have this desire to keep my genetic code and DNA and like keep it going.
Do you think if your sister didn't have kids, you'd feel more inclination to have them?
No, I don't. This isn't even about, let's not even say kids. Like, it's about, there are kids that don't have homes. Like, why don't people have those? Like, find a way to have those kids in their lives. And like, if you're so desperate to love something that much, like everyone, you don't birth your own dog, yet you still love it. Your dog doesn't have your genetic makeup.
Yeah, but I think the adoption process is
people say that all the time,
difficult.
But then people go through in vitro and spend $500,000 to go through that, and then tear up their pussies and do all this. Like, you can say it's tough, but it's really about, I don't want a baby that doesn't look like me. Oh, but it might have genetic mutations that we can't. It might have alcoholism or psychosis. Yeah, look at your fucking family tree. You have that too, buddy. It's all you can't guarantee your child's gonna be exactly like you. And God, let's hope it's not.
Yeah, I hopefully it has better thumbs for sure.
Like, but I just think I think there's a embedded narcissism in human beings that we must need to have so that we make more.
But then
otherwise, everyone would adopt and we'd just stop having people.
Why do chimpanzees have kids? Why do lions?
Well, they're not doing it so that their child has their legs. But maybe they are.
Yeah, I've seen
lions. I really think it's about I want my baby to look like me. I've been with guys before where I go, oh my God, our kids would be so cute. And it's like, well, that's not a reason to have kids.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the love for a kid, you'd say it all the time. You talk to parents and they go, I never knew what the love would be until. And look, some say, or the hate.
Why don't adopt then?
Like I said,
and
though,
if you say it's because adoption makes you love a kid less, then that's a whole other argument that we need to explore, and maybe that is true, and people don't want to talk about that. I
have cousins that tried to adopt. They both had great jobs. They both the difficulty of I could be wrong, but they ended up adopting 2 kids from Russia that were 2 years old. That you could almost tell that these kids saw more in their first 4 years of life or whatever.
No, that's a good point.
So I don't know.
That's a good point.
I would say that would be, and like you said, it could be expensive. You have to fill out a form that's probably more than 3 pages, which could be tough.
That's always my argument is people go, it's expensive and there's a lot of paperwork. And it's just if you don't like paperwork and you don't like spending money, you shouldn't have a kid anyway. I just feel like if you can't do...
But I think maybe that's me. You love your career. If you didn't love your job as much, maybe you would need something to fill that void. Now, is that selfish?
I don't think that's true because there are women that love their careers that want kids too.
Yeah.
I just don't. Yeah. I mean, and it's not that I don't have the desire to have a guy come in me when I'm having sex. There's something about that I'm like, please come in my vagina. There's something biological that makes you want that to happen. So I understand how people get pregnant.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. I'm sure people are just screaming at me and not really liking this tirade. I'm not saying I'm the one that doesn't get it. I am the outlier here. I'm just looking at, this is the way I felt in Tulum when I was at that hotel being who would ever pay for this? To be in this bare bones, shitty hut in the woods. Who would pay thousands and thousands of dollars for this experience that is not luxurious at all when you could go the 4 seasons in Maui and be treated like a Saudi prince? So that's the thing is I just don't understand. I want to understand. I want to understand why you have been eating pizzas in our apartment for weeks. Every single day you eat at least 1 pizza and we don't have a pizza slicer.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I mean, there's knives. I could eat it whole. I could eat it from the crust. I could do whatever I want, But would you prefer a slice of pizza that was easily sliced? There's never been a compulsion for you to buy adopt a little Italian boy that will cut my pizzas. Maybe I'll do that.
Right. And also an oven mitt. You have struggled with the pizza coming out of the oven and you've never been compelled to buy an oven mitt.
I was never a big oven pizza guy. This is all very new to me. Maybe when I get back, I'll get a slicer and a mitt. Maybe I'll make a Firestone pizza thing in the living room next to your band practice, and we could have fun.
It could be part of our Instagram Live.
Dude, there's some guys that build fire pit pizza things outside that cost thousands of dollars. That's how much he wants to ignore his kids.
That's what I'm saying. It's why do you have kids if it all leads to you building some kind of beer brewery system in your back shed so you can avoid them and getting obsessed with golf so you don't have to hang out with them. It's so funny to me that people would take on. It's when people climb, go ice pick climbing,
without a net
or something like that. It's why would you do that? I just want to understand I want to understand my fellow human because I feel so left out. I really do.
You do a lot of human things that people like, People
I know, but then that makes sense to me. But the things that other people do that they find joy in, why can't I find joy in that? Why can't when I'm watching a TV show and it sucks, I don't give it 8 episodes. I just tap out. Whereas you will watch the whole thing. I want to understand that. Why keep going on something you don't like?
I rarely do that. What show have I done that with? Mr. Corman?
Every show you've watched. There's been a lot of times.
Shows.
No. There's been times that there are terrible shows and you complete.
Oh, I do love All American.
But you're not alone. People do that.
Yeah, but I don't think they're terrible in a good way. Things can be. You know what I mean? They're mind numbing. They're not genius writing. It's literally like, dude, did you go to prom with Dave?
Yeah,
Dave has
that's
a
another thing.
cocaine
I don't
problem.
understand why people would watch that instead of something
Reality
that is
TV?
like Veep or reality TV is like.
Because, dude, it's like when I watch, what's the show that you love with Alec Baldwin and what's
30 Rock.
30 Rock. It's just a lot on your brain. It's so many jokes. It's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, just give me some dumb writing like the OC, a little bit of drama, and I could just turn my dumb noggin off for a minute.
I don't. There's something about me that makes me feel like I just cannot watch dumb things. And I don't think reality TV is dumb. Like I will take I'm learning about humans and human behavior.
Yeah.
So I don't. When people say, "Well, you watch reality TV," I'm like, it's not Walker Texas Ranger. Like this mind-numbing, bad writing, bad acting, like things like that. Like or Touched by an Angel. Like these shows that people soap operas. It's like, why would you watch that? I just don't see that. Georgia and Ginny or whatever that show is that had the Taylor Swift joke. I watched one scene of that. I go, how could anyone enjoy this? It's absurd to me. But I'm not saying like I'm an intellectual. I only like 30 Rock. I get bored. Let's get to the news.
I like boredom.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh, boy. It's Monday.
Somewhere.
It's Monday somewhere.
Actually, it's not. It's actually not Monday anywhere right now.
It's not even close to Monday.
Well, in your head, wait, you've been living on a different calendar this week or last week.
Dude, I've been watching Texas Ranger. All right. So, sea ice at the South Pole has rebounded in 2020-2021 to the levels of some 3 decades ago, scientists are explaining. Sea ice is coming back.
Is this Trump's doctor saying this?
That's how
that guy that like in that weird coat with the long gray hair. I don't believe any good climate change news. This is from the Drudge
Report. I knew you were going to respond like this. Noah sent me this as a positive story.
Yeah, I mean it sounds good, but there's just no way that any good is happening.
Can I tell you something? I was in agreement with you, and so I did another search. I typed in is Noah correct? And
I would love this to be real.
So the Antarctic is rebounding. The Arctic is falling apart for some reason. Something with mountains. I don't know what. I didn't really get too into it. So I'm
pretty sure the Arctic is collapsing for other reasons other than mountains.
The mountains are very heavy.
Mountains of human waste that are polluting the seas and causing, mountains of cow waste that's causing carbon emissions that are making it deplete and melt at a rapid rate that makes scientists are all buying cyanide pills. Everyone knows it's the end is nigh.
Well, the Antarctic's coming back, so if you're looking for a place to stay out of 4 seasons, they're going to start building them on where the glaciers used to be. And
I love hearing this. I mean, I'm guessing it's because of climate change. Like I'm guessing it's like coming back in like almost a scary way.
Not in a scary way. It doesn't seem to be. It appears that oceanic cycles play major roles on Antarctic sea ice variability, not linearly increasing CO2, which I don't know. And then there's some graph that Noah put in that I have no idea what this. There's slope and percentages, and it's like a bar graph of some sort. Maybe we could try to break this down. It'd be easier for the pie chart.
So that tells me nothing. That looks like the Richter scale of when Andrew and Brenna were getting it on next to
Hubert.
Bruno. What's the dog's name?
Hubert. Yes. No, I know what this is saying. So I guess that's ice in 1980. Then it goes down. And then it really goes down in 2003. And then it starts coming back. Then it went really down.
I mean, it looks pretty static to me. I mean, it's like showing as many ups and downs. I just don't believe that there is any good climate change news. You guys, the world's not ending. Humanity is being it's like when your body gets a fever to burn off the virus.
Yeah, and then you think
it
it's
heats
gone.
it up so that it kills off the thing that's making it sick. And humans are making the planet sick, so it's heating it up. Like the planet has a fever.
When would you admit you're wrong if 98% of scientists were actually wrong and the Earth was like fine, would you be
I'm
my
just
bad?
saying that I believe that it's getting better there, but I don't think that overall it's looking good for old Mother Earth. You know what I mean? Like you can have stage 5 cancer.
And still go skiing.
Your nail beds can look nice.
Yeah.
Or like your toe might not be broken, but you're still gonna die.
I don't know. My toenails have never looked better. I think I'm fine.
That's a bad example. I bet your nail beds would be pretty bad if you had stage 5 cancer. And I'm not making light of that, but I'm just saying if you have a terminal illness and
yes,
but you have like rosy cheeks or like your eyelids are, you know, you have all your eyebrow hair. People are gonna be like. Well, I guess that's a bad example, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's got to be weird to be dying like that. And, like, you wake up. I'm sure I've read some things, or not really read them, just heard, you know, from Hubert. In between the sloshing, he goes, you know, some days on cancer.
Wait, where did you read about dying?
I don't know. It was probably during my
But what was the end of that thought?
No, so cancer, like, when you have cancer, there's some days where you feel completely fine. So it's got to be such a mind fuck to like be like you wake up one morning you're like, oh, maybe it's gone, you know? And then it's like, it's like when you have to shit and then it goes, your stomach ache goes away.
Oh my God, wow. Yeah, that's actually a good analogy from two people who don't know anything about cancer.
Well, my dad's
your
a
dad's
cancer
a cancer doctor.
Yeah, so I learned through osmosis, you know?
Oh yeah, because he had you and you weren't adopted.
Yeah, because I have the same dick as my dad. I know everything about hematology, oncology.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Next story.
Okay.
Have you seen your dad's dick?
Yeah.
Is it the same as yours?
Well, I saw it when I was a kid. So a dad's dick, when we always see our dad's dicks when our dicks are really small, so we think they're gigantic.
Yeah, so you think they're huge.
Yeah, it's like the Antarctic ice. Okay, a teen rescued a bumblebee with a crumpled wing. And now it won't leave her side, even sleeping in a jar by her bed. This reminded me of the video you posted recently.
Wait, it's got to be the same thing.
Nah, different bee.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with bees now. If you guys go to the Dodo, which is like that Instagram where they just have like animals, beautiful animal videos that make you cry. The one I posted the other day of this woman rescuing a bee with no wings, a bumblebee. This bee likes music. It hangs out. Now everyone's getting bees. Wait, this one had a crumpled wing?
Yeah, this one had a crumpled wing. The other one had no wings. So I guess if you're trying to get a bee on discount, go with wingless or one good wing. It's, you know, also
all the bees are dying and like disabled now anyway. So
oh man, we are turning positive news into very negative news.
No, I love this. Like if you watch that bee video, I just don't understand how you can't be a vegan and like realize that every single animal is capable of like deep connection and a personality. It's like everyone, after I posted that bee video of this woman that found a bee without wings, she took it in, put it in a little terrarium. She's like very soft spoken and like this little bee, they called her Ruby, I think. And she liked music. She would play with the cat. It was a bumblebee, you guys, without wings. And she learned how to crawl and her legs got super jacked because she was just crawling everywhere. So she looked like a little cockroach. And I know that's gross, but she was a bumblebee and she liked to like sit on their shoulder when they played music because the vibrations felt good and so cute. And the bee only lives to be a month and it lived like, you know, a week longer than a month or something. But
which is like 120-year-old
they cried for 3
man.
days when the bee died because they like the bee had such a personality and they took care of it all the time. And it was like so beautiful. And everyone's like, you got to watch The Octopus Teacher. And I'm like, no, because I will ruin every dinner with my friends when they order calamari, which it gets ordered every time I go out with people. People get calamari, and I'll make everyone feel bad. I'll go, that thing knows math better than you do. That thing can do the tip for our dinner better than you.
So does your
John.
asparagus. In fairness, so does your broccoli, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Than me? I'll do a math.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, God, yeah. Then you. That's a good joke.
I'll go head
Sorry.
to head with a broccoli.
I thought you were doing one of those things of like,
plants have feelings. It's been proven that plants scream. Nikki, what are you going to do when they prove that plants have feelings?
I'm really going to actually have a hard time eating them. That's the answer to that. Because that's the right answer. And get out of town with this. This woman left her dog in a hot car for 30 seconds. You're eating a cheeseburger, you fucking hypocrite.
In a
Shut
car.
up. What?
In a car.
Yeah.
That you're burning diesel gas and killing the earth, but Antarctic's fine. It's coming back, rebounding.
Antarctic.
Ka.
Ka.
So, ka.
Oh my god, Antarctica is so ka.
That's obviously the name of this.
Antarctica is definitely the name of this. We got it. We got it.
Write it down. Here's the thing, though. I think like some people become friends with animals that aren't supposed to be like friends, and like
no
when
animals domesticated until we decide it is.
Yeah,
we're all wild.
This particular bee, the girl tried to put the bee back at the park. She spent an hour at the park trying to set the bee free in like a flower bed or something, and the bee just kept coming back to her.
I mean, this sounds like your friend with the hotel cat.
Yeah.
But different because that woman went searching for that cat. God, send me a sign that this cat belongs in my life. Here, kitty, 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 opening tuna can in the bushes.
I don't know why it was so attracted to me. Maybe because you were
about
rolling around in tuna.
Energy and all the catnip I had around my necklace.
I want to see someone become a friend with a wasp. Then I'll be impressed. You know what I mean? Like something really mean. You know,
people are terrified of bees, but and people have spiders as pets all the time.
That's true. That's true, but not like a
Show
black
me someone
widow.
who becomes friends with a house centipede. I might like a house centipede if it didn't have legs. Those things, as a vegan, those are the only animals that I go, fuck that thing. Fuck it. I won't kill one, but I sure will but it's only because I don't want to even get close enough to it to kill it.
You would chill with a scorpion? A scorpion will fuck you up.
I
dude.
like scorpions. Do you remember? Oh no, you weren't there. You know that club we did in New Mexico?
Yeah. You had a scorpion on stage, right?
Yeah, I was on stage, and all of a sudden there was a thwack to the right of the stage, and I go, "What the hell?" It sounded like a gunshot, and I go, "What was that?" And he goes, "Scorpion," and I go, "What?" And he had a flip flop in his hand. He took his flip flop off, and I go, "First of all, you're wearing flip flops to my show, front row. How dare you, sir?" And he goes, I don't respect your show. I was the guy that posted on Reddit, and I was like, "Oh, actually, good point." So he thwacked this thing. I go, "Is it dead?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got it." And I go, "Why?" He's like, I go, "Why would you kill that?" I was so mad because I'd never even seen a scorpion, and now this one is dead. And I picked it up and I kept it. And
was the scorpion like a deadly? Was it a deadly kind of scorpion though? Like, what if it
sure,
stung
it could have
you?
like fucked me up, but I didn't pick it up by its stinger. People go, "Oh my god!" I go, "I'm picking it up by its talon, and it's dead, and its talons don't have sting in it."
You picked it up on stage?
Yeah, and people go,
"Oh my god!"
"Oh my god!" I go, "You guys, it's dead. What are you talking about?"
But these guys that try to become friends with like grizzly bears, and it ends either like I don't know. It's just wild to me. You know, I mean,
Someone
it's a beautiful
sent me
thing.
a video.
I love it. I love seeing like a big grizzly man rolling around with a grizzly bear.
That one video where the guy's like, "Hey, I'm John, and this here is Buddy, and we want to thank you for donating." There is a hilarious Reddit video where this guy's trying to do a commercial for conservation. Noah, have you seen it? Oh my god! How can we find that video?
The bear keeps messing up the take by almost eating
the bear
the
keeps
man.
mauling him like playfully, but like, and the guy just cannot get this bear to stop. Like, bear commercial PSA blooper.
Well, that's the thing with bears. They maul you once, you're dead. A bee, and it doesn't die. A bee, though, if it stings, a lot of bees, they sting you once, they're dead. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's something to think about.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. That a bear doesn't like maul you once and then it's like, and then it had to go off and die. Yeah, that's a good point.
It probably stopped mauling you as much. So maybe bees aren't that nice. They're just selfish.
Okay, I'm looking for the bear blooper because it's so funny. We gotta find
Bear
that old
blooper
man.
is such a funny term.
Bear
Bear blooper.
Bart the bear. That's it. Bart the bear outtakes. There it is. Noah, will you play it?
Wrong. Companion, friend, Bart the bear. You're good. You may. Hello. Hello, my name is Doug Seuss, and this is my lifelong friend and companion.
This bear is like 900 pounds, and the guy that's talking about him is like a big guy.
Off. Get off! Hi, my name is Doug Seuss, and this is my life. No,
hold on, it keeps going.
Hello, my name is Doug Seuss, and this is my lifelong friend, Bart the Bear. You may recognize him as an actor. He might be big and strong, but he's also a cancer survivor. I want to tell you how grateful we are for the overwhelming compassion of the professional doctors and staff at the Colorado State University Animal Cancer Center.
Nope. Bart's not going to have it.
Please help us continue to save lives. Call today.
He starts biting his head.
Good. Hello, my name is Doug Seuss.
You guys, this goes on. You gotta look up Bart the Bear. It's
my lifelong companion.
It's one of my favorite videos I've ever seen.
He made me big and strong. You might recognize him as an actor. And he also is a cancer survivor.
He can't get through the frame because this.
How grateful we are for the overwhelming compassion and the professional.
Noah, isn't this great?
I think this is one of my favorite videos ever on the internet.
I honestly think it is too.
Save lives. Call today. Easy.
Wait, the bear in his hand is pulling him to the ground.
God, he squeezed my. You were biting me. Okay, wherever you want to go. God, you were biting. You bared down on my finger. Okay,
he bared down on his finger.
Ready?
Literally.
All right, we got to keep going. This is. Hello. I mean, this video.
My name is Doug Seuss.
I mean,
and this is my lifelong companion, Bart the Bear.
He bit his face.
No, easy. Easy.
What if he just killed him right here, man?
No.
Oh my God! Look at his claws.
Guys, I'm sorry if this is like terrible to listen to, but this bear.
Okay, no. Easy.
He's biting his face off, dude.
Easy.
This guy, this bear could snap this guy's head in half, and he just keeps biting the guy's head. Like his full mouth goes around this old man's head.
That's what I'm saying, man. These people, they're just freaking.
No, you gotta watch the whole video. The funny part is like that goes on for 10 minutes, like of just clip after clip of this guy going, "Hi, I'm Doug Seuss, and this is Bart. Stop it, Bart!" And the one time he almost gets through the whole thing, and then it just.
And I love that he thinks
Bart always betrays him 2 seconds before he's done. He's like, "Call 188." Goddamn Bart!
Oh, Bart! Oh, you bit me hard that time, Bart. You bit me hard. What a man. What a man's man. There was that one guy that lived with real grizzly bears, like out in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just a video of him getting mauled to death. That was the last, like, he's like, call 1-800.
And they didn't show it in the video, in the movie. It's called Grizzly Man.
Yeah.
A guy that lived amongst the grizzly bears. I never watched that because it was just so sad that the guy got mauled because he loved them so much and like believed he was a bear. He was kind of like Michael Jackson with children.
Yeah.
Where you were like, he's in love with bears in a way. Like, and it was creepy, you know?
Like he's
and then
a
the
kid,
guy,
yeah.
What'd you say?
Like like how Michael Jackson thought he was a little kid. Still.
Yeah, and just was like, I just like being around children. Children. How does Kyle Donegan do the impression? Children. Children. No, he does it with a T. Children. So, yeah, the Grizzly Man. I just always remember hearing that documentary ends with his girlfriend. They were like, "We're gonna get rid of the footage. We're gonna destroy the footage because no one ever needs to see this man like get eaten alive." Because he would set up cameras, and so they have his mauling like on camera. And before they destroy the footage, they put a video on her of her like listening to it, and she's just like listening with headphones, and she's just like, "I can't," and like takes them off. And so I've watched that. I like morbid shit like that.
You know what? I
like watching people watch things other than watching them myself.
I like the director and producer going, I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know if he's going to like run around. Like, how are we going to end this? And then he's like, I got it.
Yeah, he goes, you know what, guys?
Mauled to death.
Yeah, he gets mauled to death. And they're like, so last night we got our ending.
Yeah.
We're wrapped on production because, is John sleeping in today? Sort of. So you know how yesterday he was like alive? Well, today, so tragic.
Let's just say we got it.
Let's go. Let's take a quick break and then come back with Why Do I Care?
Get your tickets now for the daytime stage at our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Samsung Galaxy.
Saturday, September 18th at Area 15, Las Vegas's new entertainment and events complex. A mind-blowing experience.
The hottest new stars from all genres of music perform live on the daytime stage.
Don't miss The Babies, Olivia Rodrigo,
The Kid Leroy,
Sweetie,
All Time Low,
24K Golden,
Russell Dickerson,
Youngblood,
Gabby Barrett,
Tate McRae,
Conan Gray,
Addison Rae, and more. The biggest artists in music come together for one weekend in Las Vegas.
Get your tickets for our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, including the daytime stage at AXS.com.
Presented by Samsung Galaxy. Samsung wants to remind you that on August 11th, there's only one question you should be asking yourself. Are you ready for this life? Something big is brewing. Find out more at samsung.com/reserve.
All of us want to be happier, but we often go about it the wrong way. I'm Dr. Laurie Santos, and I teach the science of well-being at Yale University. And in the new season of my podcast, The Happiness Lab, I'll point you all back in the right direction. I talked to 80s heartthrob Rob Lowe about the dangers of living in the past.
True happiness is being present in this moment. It's not looking forward and not looking back.
A NASA astronaut shares his weird pre-launch rituals to ward off anxiety.
Why would you not do that before you're getting on a rocket? Yeah, it's like kissing the Blarney Stone, I guess. I don't know.
Lady Gaga's mom tells me how a fan's small act of kindness made a big difference to her daughter.
She came up to Stephanie and she said, "You seem like you're in pain and you're not feeling well." Emma expected nothing at all in return. It's just a beautiful, heartwarming story.
And I'll ask if dogs really bring us happiness. So are you ready to feel happier? Then listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are back. Estamos de vuelta, mi gente. Qué emoción. I am Rosalind Sanchez.
And I'm Eric Winter with not as fancy of a name.
And this is our podcast.
He said,
Ella dijo.
Here we are, ready to talk.
Vamos a hablar mucho.
We're opposites.
And sometimes we attract.
We're talking to our friends, all of our friends, some of them even famous, to try and solve the mystery of relationships, attraction, and how to get along and stay in love.
We are determined to find the answers so we can help you and help ourselves.
We really need to help ourselves. Hang out with us each week for a laugh as we discover if we're meant to be or meant to be a
train wreck. Oh, what's that? That's what's that. Anyways, he said, Ella dijo, is a part of the iHeartRadio My Cultura podcast network.
Listen to He Said Ella dijo on iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Andrew. I'm Doug's. Wait, what's that guy's name? I'm Doug Zeus. And this year's Bart the Bart. Andrew, let's get to Why Do I Care?
Why do I care?
Oh, Bart. JoJo Siwa will make Dancing with the Stars history as the first female contestant to be paired with a female dancer.
Hello. Who's her partner? We don't know yet.
Let me see.
It hasn't been announced.
I'm guessing Lindsay Arnold. Brittany, maybe Brittany. That's really exciting. JoJo came out as lesbian.
No, I'm just kidding. That was
what?
We could take that out.
What'd you say?
I go, if this show couldn't get any gayer.
No, that's fine. Leave that in. That's appropriate.
But yes, who would you have picked on your season if you could dance with a girl that was a little less hairy than Gleb?
Oh man, Gleb was pretty beautiful. Like, probably Sharna, because she's a winner and like really scary, and I would probably need someone to kind of scare me, or maybe Whitney, because she actually was nice. So no, I take that back. She was nice. But JoJo Siwa, I love her. She came out. She was like, she's like that girl with blonde hair that wears like ponytails and like just like wears weird things in her hair and like is just like so upbeat and like fun and wears sparkles and stuff. And now she's gay and she's like loving life, and I'm just like really happy for her. And Dancing with the Stars, they're talking about the season coming up and speculating about who's being paired with who. It's a big top secret. And it's just like, who cares?
I'll tell you what.
Honestly, like, who cares?
I'll tell you what.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with a man, I never thought I would love it, but then I danced with Gleb when he taught us our dance. And within seconds, I knew I had a little inkling of what you went through for a month. And your boy there was a chub going on in my pain. I mean, I was turned on by this man. This man.
Are you serious? Like you felt, you really were like, wow, this guy's powerful and like hot.
Yeah,
and...
it was hot. It was kind of hot. Like he's a sexy man. He's like, it's hard to argue that. It's like a sexy, like Rottweiler, you know? Like I was very like impressed by the strength and the beauty.
Right.
Like, yeah, I could acknowledge like that it was hot, you know, even though I wasn't like wanting to bang him.
Well, that's the thing is like dancing is such a sexual and like intimate thing. So much touching, so much like rubbing and dipping and all those and fucking that you could be attracted to anyone teaching you dancing because it's just you spend so much time. I feel like you could fall in love with anyone if you just like cuddle with them all day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like I would want to
guy, anything. Yeah. You could have like a physical attraction, especially if they're physically like perfect.
Yeah, it's not gay to fully spoon with a man, is it? Like without sexual touch, just be held by a man and petted.
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I think we would be uncomfortable with that. Most straight men would be uncomfortable with that because of society saying that it's wrong. But like, no, I think cuddling is like something that we started doing and like doing to stay warm.
Yeah, and, like, I hug my guy friends all the time.
Feels what?
Yeah, a good hug from my guy friends that are bigger than me and I could get in his nook. It's great. I'll get right in there, that little nook. I love it, man. Man, I'm gay.
Love hugs.
Yeah, dude, hugs are great. I love a good hug where you just don't want to let go.
Yeah, but it's rare that I often feel about hugs the way I feel about massages. Like this person doesn't want to hug as long as I want to, so I like give up quicker.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they don't want to do this. But maybe it's like me. Like I remember Amy Schumer wrote, when she was writing her memoir, she wrote a bunch of like things about her friends. She wrote like chapters about her friends and she sent them to us. And this didn't make her book, but it like told me something about myself. And she was like, Nikki, what did she say? It was like, Nikki needs to be hugged, but she'll let go before she wants to, or something like that. And I was like, whoa. I didn't know that about myself. I thought I was like really like, She's like, Nikki is loving and like loves to be hugged and like wants it, but she will always let go before she would like to. And I was like, damn, girl, you just diagnosed me like a decade before I could diagnose myself with that kind of shit. Man, that was foreshadowing. Yeah, totally. And I need a Bart the Bear that will just maul me intermittently. I am like Bart the Bear. Like I'll just sit next to you and then go, I want it, and then I'll back away and then I'll bite your head. I wonder if like Doug Zeus is still alive.
Should we recreate that? We should recreate it.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. If we did it like scene, like frame for frame of like the exact same kind of mauling and you like bite my head. We got to get to top one, bottom one. Today's segment, top one, bottom one. What's the category, Noah? We know it's not song lyrics.
Today's category is something you did for yourself recently.
All right. This is a good one. Something you did for yourself recently, which you only think of as like in a positive way. Like, oh, I did something for myself. That's good. Do you guys want to, Andrew, you want to kick us off?
With bottom or top?
You do this every week. We've never once started with top, ever.
I know. I thought you would left turn it.
You thought I'd Bart the Bear it and just...
Bottom, I would say... I would say bottom... what did I do recently?
Not pull out the rack?
Yeah, I would say the rack thing. I would say I had a trouble getting that pizza out, which...
No, honestly, what's the worst thing you did for yourself this week? Or recently?
I think just like, God, I can't... Can Noah go first? I had a top ready.
Yeah, I thought you were ready. That's why... Oh, you were stalling by going bottom or top. That was you stalling, even though you knew the answer. You bastard.
I know what?
What's your bottom thing?
I think it just was just now.
Just now is not preparing for the segment.
That works.
Oh no, blowing my dog, Hubert.
Oh God, yeah. Tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
I can't believe you forgot that.
I know. I'm an idiot.
And then is your top swallowing your dog's skunk?
You know it.
Jesus Christ. I will say that I was cuddling Luigi yesterday and like really like having a moment because he just like seemed so like sad. And I was just like, come here, you want to be held. And I just gave him like a hug and we were laying on the ground and like he was really just like, I was laying on my back on the ground. He was on me like and I put my like shoulder up so he could rest his head. And I was just like, I love you, buddy. And I was just like just giving him my time because I'm always distracted on a phone playing guitar and he never like gets just like concentrated time, no distractions, not watching TV, just staring at the wall, holding my dog, saying I love you, kissing his head. And then I got up and he had a raging boner. And I was like, I don't know if his lipstick was out so far. I haven't even seen his lipstick for so long. He was like legit turned on, you guys.
Wait.
And then I gave him blue balls because I was not in the mood.
You're such a tease.
Sorry. You know about the time I made my dog come, right? Yeah.
Come again?
One time I was holding him during a podcast. This was when I had a podcast called Not Safe for my Not Safe show, and he was sitting in my lap. He got a lipstick, and Dan St. Germain and Brian Frangie, my co-hosts, were like, gross, Luigi's lipstick is out. And I was just like, guys, shut up. His penis sheath, it has a larger hole than most dogs, so it slips out more often. That's what the vet told me. And they were like, gross, I don't want to look at that thing. And I'm just like, okay, fine. So I took Luigi's paw and I like tapped around it because I thought I could spook it back in. If I like tapped around, you know what I mean? Like it would just go back in because it was like being threatened by a paw. Mm-hmm. And so I took his own paw and then he ejaculated, Andrew. I'm not kidding you. White stuff came out of Luigi's penis and we all saw it. And I jacked my own dog off with his own paw.
Have you told this on stage?
Yeah, it was awful.
Wait,
but he did come all over my tits, just like I like it. This is a true story, and it happened live on a podcast. I think it still exists. You can hear it.
You would have
So
thought
gross.
like a dog doesn't like. Did you think like when a dog chases its own tail because it doesn't realize it's his own tail? You were trying to make this dog think like his own claw wasn't his own claw. You know what I mean? He's not going to be afraid of his own hand.
Yeah, I taught him how to masturbate, essentially.
You know, the guy that stabbed me's dog would blow itself. Some dogs blow themselves to completion.
I mean, I think they just lick their junk. Maybe it's for sexual pleasure, but they're probably cleaning it.
I mean, he cleaned it until stuff came out.
I mean, not every dog cleans his penis. That's like a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your least good thing you did for yourself lately, Noah? Listen to this conversation, produce this podcast. Not cut us off from talking about blowing our dogs.
Slicer.
Try to submit positive topics only.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
I knew that.
That was funny. You were like, today's a show where it's only going to be positive.
I tried.
It led to like us talking about incest. Okay, go on.
All right. So just thinking of something recently, I just like had a day where I only ate Funyuns and nothing else.
What?
And I know that it was wrong.
Like it just is what your body was craving?
Yeah.
Or it was just what you had around and you were lazy?
I was like, it was after being like really sick and I'm just like, I only want to eat Funyuns. And I ate Funyuns.
Sometimes like it would bother me. I think Andrew might do that because it's the only thing he has around and he doesn't want to walk to the store. But like if that's what your body was craving, no problem with it because I think that we just need to intuitively eat and be like, what does my body want? Like there was something about salty, like tangy, dry, crunchy that you needed. Like your body was like.
How much Funyuns did you have in the house? Like that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That is a lot.
Yeah, I had like a couple of large bags.
I've never had a Funyun. I don't think.
Whoa.
Because they always remind me of onions as a kid, and then once I get to adult age, I don't like snack food and like highly caloric fried things. So then I never even tried it.
What did your fiance think of that breath of yours after a day of Funyuns? It had to be intense.
No comment.
Funyuns all day. Okay, Andrew. I mean, that's a great answer.
That is.
Would you ever put Funyuns around Avi's penis and then bite them off? Would they fit? I don't even know how much a Funyun, like a ring of a Funyun is.
It depends which one.
Really? Do you like Funyuns, Andrew?
I'm not afraid of Funyuns. They weren't my number one, even close, but I liked them when I ate them. I like a disgusting food like Funyun.
You will literally eat anything in front of you. I'm not kidding. Like it's one of the things about you that I just find so perplexing is that you'll settle for anything.
Yeah, if it's there, macaroni salad, any kind of mayonnaise salad.
I would rather eat a scorpion than a egg salad or like a mayonnaise-y potato salad, like any kind of those salads that aren't salads. Ugh.
We are so different yet so alike in so many ways, man.
I mean, that is the grossest thing. Those egg salads, anything that's at a barbecue as a side is disgusting.
Deviled eggs?
Or even on the...
You probably hate deviled eggs, boy.
Deviled eggs are legit my least favorite food.
What about a ham salad?
I was with my friend last night and he got deviled eggs at Whole Foods to like eat like for dinner. Like we were getting like just dinner snacks. He got Whole Foods or at deviled eggs, and I was like, "Do you know that's the number one food that if you know I don't eat it because I'm vegan, but if I weren't, I would." It's my fear factor food. I would rather eat a grub out of a log than a deviled egg, and I'm and that's an exaggeration, but not much.
Yeah, well. I don't know.
Slimy, mayonnaise-y. Okay, Andrew, what's the worst thing you did for yourself?
Probably hear you not like deviled eggs. I probably honestly.
How many times are we going to do this joke where we talk about the thing is the worst thing that just happened?
We can skip Andrew and go right to Nikki.
Yeah, what is your bottom, Nick?
Reading Reddit comments. I mean, 100%.
Oh.
Like just seeing a thing that I didn't like and going like, let me just click and read and see what it is, and then like not being able to stop. Like that was self-harm in a way that like is just you can't. There's I don't mean to be like no one can understand, but there's so few people out there, and honestly I'm on the low spectrum of it in terms of like Noah sent me a Monica Lewinsky TED Talk, and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to like hurt myself yesterday based on all the on Thursday when you're listening to this, when I was reading or Wednesday night when I was reading all of the these things about me, I like was compelled to like, I know this sounds terrible and I'm sorry to disclose this, but I wanted to like cut myself, and I like was looking for like I was thinking about where can I cut myself on my body.
Oh, that's why you wanted the pizza slicer.
An asshole. Every time I get vulnerable, you gotta come in with some little quip. And yes, it would make my life a lot easier. I'm sure people have cut themselves with, but I was starting to think of like, where on my body can I cut myself? And I've only cut myself one time in my life when I got caught shoplifting, and I just felt like I was the worst person in the world because this woman screamed at me, and I like, like when I feel like I'm a bad person and there's proof of it, which I read a lot of proof the other day, I was just like, you need to be punished. Like you can't go to jail for this. You can't, like, no one's going to yell at you. None of your friends are going to yell at you about it. Like, and the punishment was that, like, why can't that be enough? I used to say this to my therapist one time. I spilled water on my computer. I've given this example a lot, but it might help some people because it helped me. I spilled water on my brand new computer. Just had opened it. I'm not even kidding you. Like, took it out of the thing, and then within 10 minutes spilled an entire glass of water that was sitting next to it on it. And I had to go do a set. I didn't even have time. I was drying it out, and I was on my way to my set, and I walked by a dog, and I was dying for this dog to bite me because I was just like, you need to be punished for what you've just done. Like, you're such an idiot. And I told my therapist that, and she was like, isn't the punishment losing your computer? Isn't that enough? Like, losing that screen time? Like, that's a punishment. Like, that people dole out as like, you don't get your computer anymore. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So wasn't the punishment enough, like, reading these things that hurt me? But I didn't cut myself. I did find some scissors, and I was thinking about where I could do it. And then I was like, I went at my like wart on my like thing again on my knee. But that wasn't that. When I cut that is not like me trying to self-harm, and so it just wasn't doing the trick. And so I just like, I put it down, and I called a friend, and then I slept next to the scissors, not even knowing that I forgot about them. They were there, and then the next morning I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you grabbed scissors to like hurt yourself. But that's and I'm only sharing that because it's such a rare thing. Like, I haven't done that since I was 18 or 19 and got caught shoplifting. So if you do self-harm out there, and then last year I like punched myself, and like sometimes I want to hurt myself. And
where did you punch yourself?
in the face and chest, and like just like I was so depressed last year and like hated myself so much. I didn't want to punch my face because I was scared it would like leave a mark and people would see it. So I was just like beating up my body. I mean, like this, I'm kind of fucked up, you guys, and like. Please don't write mean things about me. I like can't take it. But the thing is, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I didn't cut myself. I called a friend because I know that that's not how I want to behave and like what I want to be. And I don't have any place to go. Like when you cut yourself, like there's people are going to see it. I don't want to like leave injuries on myself.
Unless it's
so
a wart
that's my worst
on your
thing.
knee. Yeah.
What?
That's
Except
why
on my
you gotta-
knee, but that's for a wart excision, and that's
Yeah.
different. No, it was
Only
the
if
best
you
thing
had
you did
warts
for
all
yourself.
over your body, you'd be so happy.
Yeah, if you start seeing like just warts that I'm like, no, they're just like lines like in
Yeah,
multiple
yeah,
segments on my wrist,
yeah, yeah.
you should start being speculative. Noah, what's the best thing you did for yourself? Top one.
Top one recently. So there's a lot of things about a house that I don't know and that I have to take care of. And when I speak to people on the phone, like, or, you know, like if they come down like landscapers or whatever, they can say whatever to me. And I would just be like, yeah, sure, whatever you say. And I started to feel kind of like, okay, I don't like being in this like dark room with no light or, you know, like just not knowing. So I went to the bookstore and I got a book on like homes and like learning about like foundations and pipes and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow, girl, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I found that, and it's and I browsed some other books. I got a really good book on mentoring using the Book of Tao, which I really liked reading a couple of years ago. So I'm just trying to kind of look away from my phone and negative comments, which I look at too. They're not about me because I'm not famous or anything, but I just get like sucked into this vortex of negativity on social media. So I'm trying to like read more books and just kind of empower myself with as much information as I can retain.
Yes, I love that. Books are like, they really do make you get off your phone if it's like a physical book, and like they open you up to a world that, yeah, reading is the best escape. It really is. And then you just cut yourself with paper cuts. No, but it's true. Like reading is so good. And I downloaded the book yesterday. So You've Been Publicly Shamed by John Ronson, about people that have been canceled, or, you know, and I felt yesterday that I had been like, I was on the verge of like, these people that were writing were the same kinds of people that cancel people and want to destroy their lives. Like these people actively wanted me to try to, like, they were cyberbullying me, and like in a way that like they knew that it could potentially make me like harm myself. It was definitely.
I think you'll get a lot out of Monica Lewinsky's TED Talk. It's called The Price of Shame, and she talks about public humiliation.
Yeah.
I think it'll be helpful.
I didn't finish this thought, but when you sent that, and I go, wow, if what happened to me has sent me for that kind of loop where I like reached for fucking scissors, what could have Monica Lewinsky have dealt with when she was 22? And how much hate and how much ridicule she got. No one was on that woman's side. No one. And like, if she survived it, I can survive some Reddit comments.
And she didn't have a forum back then to get her point across.
I know she didn't have any, like.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
That woman,
like
I
all
would
that
love to meet her
negativity.
someday. And like, yeah, she's incredible. She's truly what a survivor she is. And like, we all, including myself, I used to like think she was, you know, like I used to have preconceived notions about her, and now I think she is a true American hero. Andrew, best thing you did for yourself?
I traded in my golf clubs for better clubs that I had. First, they were a little expensive, and I didn't think I deserved them. And I said, you know what? You deserve love, and it comes with a pitching wedge through 4-iron. And boy, was I happy about the investment, hitting them on the range, and it's just I don't know. It just felt good to treat myself a little and feel like I was deserving of it.
Yeah. And like was it a investment that was financially irresponsible for you?
I don't think so. I think it's like, I don't really spend money on a lot of things. I really don't. So yeah. I felt like, you know what? This is something you do almost every day. You know it, and I'm not going to buy other clubs now for at least 3 months. So I know now, you know, no, but like,
yeah, no, I know. That wasn't even a joke.
Yeah, I know, but no, I
switch things up all the time.
I do, but I really don't spend that much money. So I just felt like I deserved it, and it felt good to not to let myself do it. So
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
The best thing I did for myself was, I think talk about, as hard as it was, like talk about how I was feeling yesterday, because the outpouring that I got from all the besties and the people that keep sending comments, like, has lifted my spirits so much. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Final thought. I expected to hear from some of you about how I got emotional yesterday and like to tell me everything's okay and all that stuff. And, I was like, I don't even know if I want to hear that. Like, it might not make me feel better, but it truly did. So many people wrote, including Noah, and all my friends followed up and really were there for me in my darkest time. So I really appreciate that. And the besties that you guys don't even know me and personally, and the things you wrote me were nicer than most people get from their actual friends in life. So it's so awesome that I have so many people that feel that connected to me and that can make me feel like they love me and feel loved from strangers like that. Like, I felt the opposite of it, and sometimes you don't let the negative in or the positive in as much as the negative, and it's hard to do that. But I truly let in the positive and read so many. Usually when people send towers of text, I can't get through it, but these I really made sure to read all of them, and you guys are so. I go, my fans. And I said this about the Reddit people that said mean things. They were very articulate and well-spoken, and these things are well-written, all the insults, which is always, it hurts more than when someone's like, you're ugly, and they spell it Y-O-U-R, and I go, oh, well, this person's a moron. It's you are ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But these Reddit comments were so, well-written. I was like, God, smart people don't like me. But, dude, fuck those smart people who don't like me that can write, intelligible sentences. My besties that wrote me and said nice things were just so thoughtful and empathetic, and so they all seem to be trained in some sort of trauma therapy. Everyone was so compassionate. I just have a horde of support that even if you had one person like this writing to you, it would change your entire day. I had dozens, and they keep pouring in, and it means so much to me. And I just can't thank you all enough. And I didn't expect it, and I certainly didn't want to I didn't want you to feel like you had to do that, and so I'm going to accept it and not say that I don't deserve it. I really appreciate it because it makes me feel like you're getting some. The only reason you would ever write the things that you wrote to someone like me is if you cared about that person, and so I feel really cared about by just strangers, and it's just the best feeling. And someone wrote to me that someone who had said that my ADD meds were ruining my personality, and someone needs to tell her, blah, 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 she's on cocaine, that they did a deep dive on their Reddit account, and that person's a recovering heroin addict. So projection, it is what I thought it was. And listen, I talked to my doctor, and I'm coming up with a plan. So all of this made me face some things for sure, but it's nice to know, I wasn't going to go on a Reddit deep dive and, search their accounts to see what other things they had posted about, but someone did that for me, and that just gave me so much relief knowing that that person that said all those ugly things about my being medicated said that, that person was a recovering heroin addict. And I'm sorry for that person. They've been through a lot, and they're projecting it onto me, which, fucking happens. I talked to my therapist yesterday. That was a thing that, so grateful getting back into therapy. That was something that Noah steered me towards and was had mentioned about, picking up I was going to say phone, but my computer, and emailing my therapist that I kind of called it quits with, or went on a hiatus with, getting her back on the line. Talking to her yesterday was awesome. And therapy works. Being honest and reaching out and asking for help works if it's the right people. So please do that in your own lives. And yeah, someone mentioned to me that was I found that when I talk about, I understand being really insecure about the stigma of being on ADD meds, and people will judge you for it. But they only will judge you if they know that you're on them. So just don't tell people that you're on them anymore. So right now, I'm choosing to keep that to myself And if I'm on them or not is not going to be, I'll probably admit to you if I am or I'm not, but I'm going to try to keep that private. Like, my choices of medication are none of anyone's business but my own. And, you know, my loved ones will be the ones that notice a change in me and, like, can talk to me if something is wrong. And I don't need to hear it from, you know, ex-drug addicts on Reddit who are, like, someone goes, most people are just jealous you feel good. Like, the people want to feel good too, and they're jealous. And you can say, no, I'm not jealous. I do that all the time too, where I go, I'm not jealous, I'm just mad. It's like, no, look at where this is coming from.
And if you see me with a boner, just know that I might still be on Viagra, but I might not be. I just want everyone to know that it's up in the air. My boner could just be from Hubert
literally
drinking a bowl.
Yeah.
So don't.
It could be from the time that I cuddled you next to Luigi.
Yes.
And said, you're a good boy. And you just, you know, sometimes that's arousing, as we know from my experience with Luigi yesterday.
That's for me. Okay? So I might have taken too many milligrams of Viagra that I injected through the vein in my penis to get it going
Thanks for
right away.
keeping it sincere, Andrew. Love you so much.